So there we go, there's Check Me Out on one of the t-shirts. You can come down here and find yourself in some interesting kind of sweet things cooking. That'll be that bakery shop there. The other day I discovered for the first time and tried for the first time these wafers from Carlsbad. It's quite interesting. They just put them in a press and heat them for a few moments, and they're served warm, but it's just this thin wafer. They're not expensive, they're just cheap things, but it's just a tiny snack really. It'll tide you over for half an hour. So there we go, there's your Pushkin restaurant. If I came here with my cat, I'd know where to go. Oh, this has brought us through to Husova. I think going back, this is this crystal magic photo thing where you can actually, that's not very nice either, is it? But I suppose that's Klaus Nomi, isn't it? This is where you see somebody from the side and then from the front, and it's like a 3D image. You can have your own photo taken, maybe with your wife or something, and maybe I should actually do one of myself pulling the Huliganov face and make it a trophy for the person that gives me the most help in finishing the Huliganov Russian course. Because those things will make good trophies as well. Anything, not just the human face, can be made into a 3D image and put in the middle of the glass. So, but they are quite expensive actually. So it would be a trophy if I did one with my face in the middle pulling the Huliganov as hard as I possibly could. That would have to be a trophy for really the best, biggest help on actually the on helping me get the Russian course finished. It's going to take a lot of planning to do it, a lot of help, especially things like subtitling of things and what have you. So at the moment I need to go through all the old lessons, and these things have to be taken in a certain order, I think. Mini astronomical clocks to put on your wall. I think it's about the last thing I'd put on my wall, but there we go. Fridge magnets. All the usual tat. Ooh, Clementina. Pavel Josef Shafarik. And this one here is Lilyova, Lily Street, and on it is probably one of the best restaurants that you'll find. That's not the Uzlateho Hada, which is the golden snake. I'm referring rather to Vzatishi. Which means, I suppose, in the quiet corner, which is what it is. All of a sudden, when you go around the corner, it all goes quiet. Pension, by the way, doesn't mean anything like being old, it just means bed and breakfast. A lot of you people from Europe, or people that have done European languages, will know that, but perhaps not everybody who watches will understand that. So I thought I'd just mention it. There's Mucha, something to do with Alphonse Mucha, no doubt. I have an idea where I'd like to eat my dinner, my main meal of the day. I wanted a warm food. I didn't eat warm food really yesterday, and I think it will be the cafe which is between the end of Narodny and where the river is. I ate there once before. I can't remember the name of it. I think I'm going roughly the right direction for it. This guy's having difficulty getting through there. He's making it though. Well done. They just about got 2 cars between them. Down a street like this. It's not too easy, is it? Yes. And there's Vzatishi is here. So if you want a real culinary experience, well, this is very good, you know, this is. And also the people behind it, they're very active in the business community. People know them, they're sponsors of this, that and the other. They're in various of the chambers, so like me, so, you know, you get to know the people behind it. So that's not too bad a price either, to be honest with you, when you consider. You can have 2 courses for 890 or 3 courses for 1050. It's really not too bad at all, bearing in mind the quality, the way they cook in there. Don't expect big portions, although that having been said, I'm usually in a larger group. And this brings us through to Bethlehem Square. That seems to be like Naprostkovo Museum. Is that the thimble museum? Museum of thimbles? I've no idea, because Naprostek is a thimble, but it could just be a place named after thimbles, and that's the museum in that place. No idea. If anybody knows, they can feel free to add to the comments. There's Bethlehem Square anyway, Bethlehemske Namnesty. And I think going into the museum is down that way anyway, but I'm thinking of finding my way to the jolly old, it's nice autumnal colours, restaurant that I have in mind to eat in. And I can go to the lavatory there as well, which is also something which is, for some strange reason, starting to bother me, even though I did it before I left the house. Maybe I'm becoming a gentleman of a certain age, let's hope not. And gentlemen of a certain age start to need the ubiquity more regularly than gentlemen who are not of a certain age. So this is something which some of us know a little bit about. I don't think I have any issues like that yet, but sometimes I wonder. There are times when I can go all evening sitting through a 4-course meal, drinking merrily away, and nothing. Not until I stand up anyway, and then I think, well, I better go to the place intended. And oh, how lovely! Can you see that? It's a jay. Talk about turn on the camera and something will happen. Hello. You're supposed to be garrulous, garrulous, and you're not saying anything. That's excellent. Soika, I suppose, in Czech, isn't it, Jay? Simsalabim, don't ask me what that means. There was an amazing surprise there. A jay just appears out of nowhere and flies around. Tremendous. Right, I shall turn it back on again later, just to save the battery for things which might be more interesting than strange structures like that aren't in use. Well, I suppose it's some kind of a pub when people want to sit out in it. It seems to be not working at the moment, and of course the builder skip, that's not necessarily the thing that people are watching my content for, although I dare say that if it was laced with some suitably acid comment, that it would probably pass muster. That since I don't have any particular ideas, I shall turn it off and turn it back on again in due course. This is interesting. It's not clearly, I can see between the buildings at the end there, the hill on the other side of the River Petchin Hill, which I'd like to go up one time. I suppose I'll do it today, it's a bit on the cool side, but people go up there and film, or just go up there and have fun. Golly, I thought that was some piece of heart or lung, but I think it's just a begonia leaf that's dried out. Pražský most. So between those two things there, you've got that arch, and then some way up to like the river up behind it. So we're not far away from where I want to be, and I'll turn it off right now and come back when there's something worth filming, I suppose, which, knowing my luck, will be seconds away.